third time you've met? Okay, you've been here a few times, but this is like next Wednesday or something like that.
And these gentlemen accompanying him to my
Yeah, you're
so he's in their care. So
exactly right. They all slept in the same hotel room last night. These guys, he's CIA, he's Army, top security, scientists, not spies.
Oh, okay.
These are all scientists. These guys are good friends, and he's an associate. Lashbrook is the connection to you because you're also running your own LSD test or stuff like that. That's the connection. And I think we should play it somewhat conspiratorial.
Right.
That you three guys are sort of giving each other glances about this guy. But the idea is to play it out, try to talk him through it, calm him down. How you feeling today? Like that. And you're trying to. I forget. Somebody said this is not therapy. This is more assessment. You know, trying to understand. You know, you're somewhat. You know the LSD thing well enough to know what the stages are, et cetera, et cetera. So you're trying to assess him. And that's what these guys are going to say. What the hell do we do with this guy? Okay. And maybe there's some talk about putting him in an institution. It's maybe at this level of it, where the thought is maybe it's time to put him away. Okay.
Is this the first meeting?
No, this is like the third meeting.
So this is
third, fourth meeting.
And the last one, Long Island.
They met 5 times. Yeah, they met here, then they went to Long Island. You guys have been around the block a few times with him already. That's why it's not, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so. Yeah. Let's just run it through. I think Boyd wants to see just physically.
We're going to do a run-through on this scene over here. You set up, there are 4 people in the scene, 4 gentlemen in the scene. One is the doctor psychiatrist, the director, Bob Weiss. I believe it's Bob Weiss. We'll get the name in a little while. And the actor playing Frank Olson is sitting across the desk from the doctor. 2 gentlemen to the back on sitting behind Frank Olson at the window. And what's interesting is the actor playing Frank Olson is without shoes and socks. And one of the actors, CIA, I guess, is without shoes. So that's what we're looking at here. And the director has just given direction to the actors.
Every time I go in the streets, someone's following me. I don't know if they work for the government. I don't know who they are. They're the aliens following me.
I beg your pardon, aliens.
I don't know, doctor. Somebody's following me. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I have not slept. Is everything okay?
You guys are really good spies, you know.
And moving the chair around the spot is very noisy.
We'll never notice. That's how you guys make them paranoid. You keep moving.
The room keeps shifting.
We're just going to let this go so you can see how it comes about.
We've been here all along.
I've always had those chairs. Want to use that?
I came in here, I had shoes on.
Okay, good. Jim, let me get you up earlier, I think. To just, maybe you can sort of hold
He
it down.
makes me real uncomfortable. I just
Yeah.
give
Give you a little...
Yeah, because I really get this is something good. Psychiatrist.
Right now, the actor playing
not a
Frank
psychiatrist.
Olson.
I know that's why.
Right now, the actor
This is
playing
really
Frank
inappropriate.
Olson is in the chair. The doctor has moved around to the front of the desk, and he's
Look at this video program.
about 4 feet from.
But also, would you do it? You took his pulse,
Right.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's really helpful.
Well, should we grab that action before he starts to get up and really
Yes, yeah,
start
absolutely.
pace?
Maybe he may do a little bit of this, and he may try to get up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to check. Yeah.
Good. So as soon as I come around here, I'm going to start to
Yeah.
move toward moving.
I think we should be eating something different.
Here, let me look at your eyes.
You take my glasses.
And you say you didn't sleep well last night?
No, I didn't. I haven't slept well for 5 days.
Just checking his pulse.
What seems to disturb your sleep?
I just can't stop thinking. My mind won't stop. I continually, all through the night, my eyes, I try and shut my eyes, they pop back open. I think I'm closing my eyes, they're not closed. I lay there, my mind just will not stop.
Well, perhaps we can prescribe a sedative.
More drugs. That's a good idea, Doctor. Look, I'm telling you that it's not just the sleep. It's not just sleep, Doctor.
Well, Frank, really, sit down and relax.
Relax? I haven't relaxed since
What?
for a week.
A week.
We arch you this way. Yeah.
I haven't relaxed for a week. How am I going to relax? I lay down at home. I'm in my own home, Doctor. I'm lying in my own bed with my wife beside me. I can't even close my eyes. How do you expect me to relax?
I understand, but please sit down. We can discuss this.
I can't sit
Perhaps
down.
there's a course of action we could take that would be helpful to you. Frank, really, please, just sit down. Calm down.
Right, relax, man.
Frank, where is your family now, Frank?
My family is at home in Frederick, Maryland.
Why
do you need to know that?
Did you tell me you had...
Why does he need to know this?
Frank, just, he knows what he's talking
What do you want to know about my family? Why does my family have to be in?
I'm just
Do they know? Did you talk to my wife about
Frank,
this?
I haven't talked to anybody.
And you say the onset of these symptoms a week,
Yes.
6 days, 5 days. What do you mean?
Seems like a month. I don't know. When
what
did this
day
happen?
did this happen? When did you first begin having trouble sleeping?
Okay, hold on a second. What happens also if we brought him around to here? I don't know if you want out a dark window, but you know, I don't want to. What I don't want to happen is you guys keep landing.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Is he aware that the others do jobs?
Oh yeah.
So we all know. I mean,
Yes.
I know we know, but you know also.
Yeah, he knows he's one of the few with clearance.
Now, does Frank know that he knows?
Yeah.
Frank knows that
He knows. I know that he knows.
And Frank knows that I know. And I know that he knows.
Everybody knows.
And we all know what they know now.
And
too.
wrong. We're trying.
We're trying to basically make. We're
Frank
trying
not
to.
thinking that's anything dangerous.
What's interesting here is I'm looking at
Basically,
the
you're trying to assess the
there's
situation.
these citations on the walls of the doctor's office, and each one seems to have a different name. And, you know, they just picked up pieces here and there. A little aside here, a little insight.
And they're here to sort of watch over him and watch him sort of assess, so that they can report back to their bosses. And you're here to kind of figure out what to do with it.
Is that my primary function, being here? Is my primary function being here for this friend?
That too. You're his boss. You're his friend. Both. I suspect at this point probably more boss than friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the book, I got the second when they went back on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He didn't come, and that was.
It was. Yeah. That's not. This is just before that.
Does anybody on the 10th floor that could run down and see if the service elevator is locked up there? It seemed to be open when I was up there a couple minutes ago.
Yes. What did you want to do? Okay, so that's going to be.
You listen to the sounds of production.
At some point too, it may be better. You just kind of sit back.
Just to describe, we are in a suite at the Belvedere. And as we walk through the door, we're looking into a bedroom. We're looking into the bedroom here, and it is with an RCA Victor television, very 50s. A newspaper, New York Times, that is not from 1953, but 1949. In fact, September 7th, 1949. We're looking at 2 beds, old lamps, old period lamps, an old period phone, radio, a suitcase. And I don't know where that hum is coming from, folks. Then as we walk through, we are in the wardrobe room. And then coming through, they've set up this other room in the suite to be the doctor's office. So it's one location fits all here. They're resetting the room right now. They are moving the couch out. I guess they're moving the couch out to down to a desk, which is now close to the middle of the office. And 4 chairs, plus the chair behind the desk. Frank Olson is still without shoes and socks. Let's go back.
Hey, this is Amy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's Bob and Ben.
Vince.
Well, yeah, let's call him Colonel, because I don't know that you guys would be all that familiar as of today.
But I know Bob.
Yes.
Everybody deciding what to call the 2 CIA gentlemen by first names.
Yeah, you guys have dropped acid together.
They've dropped acid together.
I think we've only met 1 or 2 times in these sessions.
Take A. They've dropped acid together, apparently.
Try to rehearsal that.
We're about to see a
And
rehearsal.
camera and action.
Frank, say, it slept well last night.
No, I haven't slept well in over a week.
Well, let's do a brief examination here. Would you please just look up the right past my thank you.
He's checking his eyes.
And,
Bob, what do you throw in?
Let me,
While he's doing that, you could throw in a line,
Checking his
yeah,
pulse.
he didn't sleep last night.
How about ulcers? Will we bring up anything about the ulcers?
I don't know.
Mr. Day,
thank you. He hasn't been sleeping.
Dr. McCullough.
Say he hasn't
Do
been
you need
sleeping.
something to hang on this thing before? What are we gonna do there?
Last night when you weren't sleeping, what were you
Gonna
doing?
get, it's gonna get rich, yeah,
What?
no probably
Last
going
night
there.
when you weren't sleeping, Frank, what were you
Last
doing?
night when I hadn't been sleeping for a week.
That's what you
Yeah, I
said.
got some, maybe places, you might do it, go to.
Careful there.
Neighbor class, they don't have to go in the middle, between two pieces of glass.
Is this supposed to be there for a reason?
Trying to get a little room to sit.
Actually, to tell you the truth, when you watch it set up and just now the inbox and outbox, stacked on top of each other, it fell apart and on the doctor's desk, so you have to fix it. When you look at a television production, as it sets up, it doesn't look like it's ever going to come together. It just looks so disorganized. But then, of course, when you see it on Unsolved Mysteries, it is really well
My heart
done.
would slow down, but no, it's constantly racing.
Well, your pulse isn't particularly out of order this morning. Is this everything? Sure.
I lie in bed at night. For 5 weeks straight. I'm in my own home, in my own house, in my own bed with my wife beside me, and I can't close my eyes. I can't close my eyes. I can't shut them. I can't relax. I can't put my thoughts to rest. I can't sleep.
Tell me.
It's been a week. How long is this going to go
You
on?
have,
Frank, come on.
you have, is your family situation in good shape, Frank? You have a good relationship with your wife?
Frank, we're here.
You didn't answer, Frank. Is your relationship good with your wife?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. You okay? So getting there? Okay.
What?
What I want to get at is, one of the things he complained about a lot was that he felt really badly that he was collecting sort of disability, like a pension, leaving the Army for an ulcer.
Also interesting to note,
Also now it's a billion working.
as Frank is doing his piece, and I've not been able to sleep, he's pacing up and down. And before he answers, from time to time, he's looking back at the two CIA types, spies, and that's sort of his control, I guess. We're with Jim Shanklin, who plays Frank Olson. Jim, does it get easier as the takes go on to emote?
You do try and do enough preparation so that when you begin the scene that you're where you need to be, and that you just stay in that world throughout the time that you are taping it. The only thing that maybe is a little difficult to do is, when they say stop or we're done, is to go back to your own,
Right. I noticed you were sitting there calmly, then all of a sudden you need to be instantly agitated. How does that go? And you're not really scripted because you kind of moved it around a little bit. It's whatever you're feeling, and actually the more disjointed it becomes, the better it is because of your character.
Right.
So disjointed dialogue is not a terrible thing for Frank Olson under these conditions.
Well, he's extremely agitated under these conditions. He's experiencing paranoia. As far as me jumping right into it when we begin another take, I think the reason that is because I've been there, so I know what it is. Jim, have been there. So in the scene earlier, I've been working on the scene, so I've experienced it, so that when he calls action again, I know exactly where to go physically, mentally, to get myself right back in the right place.
How did you prepare for this character? Because talk about the other scenes that you're in for this piece.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't have much time at all. The audition was on Tuesday. I found out Tuesday afternoon that I had the job, and we started filming on Friday. So I talked to the director and the producers, and they recommended information, which has been extremely helpful. And talking to them and just, trying to get as much information and pour it into my brain as quickly as I could.
Do you feel that you are Frank Olson at this point? How long does it take for you to disassociate yourself, or is it just another gig?
Well, I've only been doing it since yesterday, so for the next, at least through till Monday morning, I hope to remain at least able to portray Frank Olson to the best of my ability, and hopefully that will carry over.
Tomorrow night you're going to play a dead body. You're the dead body?
Yep.
I believe that was Errol Flynn's first professional job as a dead body in a morgue, so it's not unprecedented.
It's also, most recently, it was Kevin Costner's first role, too.
That was The Big Chill.
Correct.
A little bit of your background.
I've been a professional actor for about, I guess, close to 10 years now. I've worked primarily on stage, and but I've done, quite a bit of television and a little bit of independent film work.
You do a great job. You agitate very quickly. I'm always astonished that an actor can turn around and roll into character as soon as the director says action. Are you happy with what you did in that room?
Yeah, thank you for the compliment, first of all. But yeah, I'm relatively pleased with it. And it's, so far, I mean, as I said, this process has been very quick, but it's been quite enjoyable as an actor to work with this group of people. I mean, extremely professional group and very helpful.
Is it easier to come into it just like this because the character is fresh, or is it better to live with the character for a couple of months and then commit to it?
I can't really say one way or the other. I think, both are fine. In this particular case, I feel that I feel pleased with my work. I feel pleased with the situation. Maybe that is because it did happen fast and I completely immersed myself in this subject, in this particular story.
Okay, Jim Shanklin, a.k.a. Frank Olson, I thank you very much, and you're a heck of a doctor.
Thank you.
I'm with Vince over here, who is Frank Olson's boss, Vince, who is really Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly, at what point in these takes did you feel it was right? Was the final take the best take, or how early on was your favorite take?
Oh, that's really hard to say. I don't think I had a favorite take. My best take is probably the one I didn't get.
Right. What is your thought process? You're sitting around, okay, take, you're going through the takes. You're going through the takes. Okay, that was great. And Bob Weiss said, oh, that's terrific. That's wonderful. Let's do it one more time. What are you thinking about sitting over there? Where is your mind at that point? Just thinking how you can do better? What is the actor's thought process?
Oh, I think that's probably it for just about everybody. I mean, that's the way I look. I mean, when we have that few-minute break while he's trying to set up the next shot, I'm trying to think, okay, what did I do wrong, or what didn't I like about it, and what can I do to make it better the next time?
Right. It's kind of a freelance because one take didn't sound like the other, but of course yours has always got to be consistent. Do you get lost in that occasionally?
No, I don't think so, really. I think that's part of what makes the scenes work, is that they aren't the same all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to stay within a structure, but I think having the freedom to work within that structure, but not have the parameters quite so tight, I think makes it a lot of fun. If you're working with guys who really know what they're doing, as all these guys do, then it certainly is a hell of a lot easier for me.
You sure look the part. You look like Frank Olson's boss.
Do I?
Yeah, there's a bit of you're a friend of his. Frank will take care of you, but there is a bit of an undercurrent over there. There's something else churning over there. I kind of got that impression. You look like a CIA guy, sound like a CIA guy, and a little economical with your words. So you're kind of in character. Do you feel CIA?
No, actually, Vince is Army, but they're both under the same jurisdiction with the type of stuff that they're working on. So I guess there's similarities. Do I feel CIA? No. I'll tell you, with this haircut, I certainly feel Army.
Mm-hmm. Right. You mentioned the word structured before. Now, this is fairly unstructured. I mean, I know you work from a basic script. Are you happy you're working structured or unstructured? And this is, I guess, kind of unstructured.
Yeah, it's very unstructured. No, I think I would probably prefer a script. It just makes the job easier, because the hard thing is to constantly come up with stuff that makes sense. But the nice thing about unstructured is that once you do it a few times, you tend to develop a script anyway. Right. And you basically stay within the structure of that script, even though you made it up yourself. Mm-hmm. So it all tends to wind up being very similar after a while.
That's a wrap for this edition of Visions, part one of On the Set, Unsolved Mysteries, The Life and Death of Dr. Frank Olson. Join me here next week on alltalkradio.net for part two. Until then, for Visions, a series of visits to almost everywhere, I'm your host and fellow traveler, Herb Malsman. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
They met 5 times. Yeah, they met here, then they went to Long Island. You guys have been around the block a few times with him already. That's why it's not, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so. Yeah. Let's just run it through. I think Boyd wants to see just physically.
I'm going to do a run-through on this scene over here. You said that there are 4 people in the scene, 4 gentlemen in the scene. One is the doctor, psychiatrist, the director of Bob Weiss. I believe it's Bob Weiss. We'll get the name in a little while. And the actor playing Frank Olson is sitting across the desk from the doctor. 2 gentlemen to the back on sitting behind Frank Olson in the window. And what's interesting is the actor playing Frank Olson is without shoes and socks.
About this guy. But the idea is to play it out, try to talk him through it, calm him down, how you feeling today, like that. And it's, you're trying to, I forget, somebody said, this is not therapy, this is more assessment. You know, trying to understand, you're somewhat, you know the LSD thing well enough to know what the stages are, et cetera, so you're trying to assess him, and that's what these guys are going to say, what the hell do we do with this guy? Okay. And maybe there's some talk about putting him in an institution. It's maybe at this level of it, where the thought is maybe it's time to put him away. Okay.
Is this the first meeting?
No, this is like the third meeting.
So this is
third, fourth meeting. Third time you've met. Okay, you've been here a few times, but this is like Wednesday or something like that.
And these gentlemen accompanying him to
Yeah. You're
so he's in their care. So
exactly right. They all slept in the same hotel room last night. These guys, he's CIA, he's Army, top security, scientists, not spies.
Oh, okay.
These are all scientists. These guys are good friends, and he's an associate. Last book is the connection to you, because you're also running your own LSD tests or stuff like that. That's the connection. And I think we should play it somewhat conspiratorial. Right. That you 3 guys are sort of giving each other glances.
And one of the actors, CIA, I guess, is without shoes, so that's what we're looking at here. And the director is just given direction to the actors.
Every time I go into the streets, someone's following me. I don't know if they work for the government. I don't know who they are. They could be aliens following me.
I beg your pardon, aliens.
No, doctor, somebody's following me. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I have not slept. Is everything okay?
You guys are really good spies, you know.
And moving the chair around the spot is very noisy.
That's how you guys make them paranoid. You keep moving.
The room keeps shifting.
We're just going to let this go so you can see how it sequences it out.
We've been here all along.
I've always had those chairs. Why don't you use that?
I came in here, I had shoes on.
Okay, good. Jim, let me get you up earlier, I think. To just, maybe you can sort of hold him
He
down.
makes me real uncomfortable. Let
me give you a little...
Yeah, because I really did. This is something good.
Right now, the actor playing
not a
Frank
I know, that's why.
Right now, the actor playing Frank Olson is in the chair. The doctor has moved around to the front of the desk, and he's
Look at this video program.
about 4 feet from